Yeah, so I've had the old rally for about 3 months now. Been from stock, you probably can see there's quite a few things changed. I'll go over a few of them and why, but yeah, so she's been pretty good so far. Haven't had any dramas. 4,500 kilometers or so. 50-50 dirt to tar, and yeah, and quite a few decent sort of adventure rides. Yeah, 1,000 Ks, 800 K rides, a few of them. So yeah, it sort of added up. All right, we'll go through her. I guess if you're going to start somewhere, we'll start at the top. Yeah, change the bars. One of the first things I've done is changed out the bars. The stock bars are just a soft steel. It's you pretty well could just push it over and they'll bend, so they had to go, so I got rid of them. Put on some Renthals. These are 5/8 bars. They're not fat bars. I just got the same sort of size bars, just a lot stronger alloy bar. And bark busters, so to speak, or hand grips. I tossed up about getting the $200 traditional bark buster or the Acerbis, but I just ended up putting on $48 eBay ones, which, mate, they seem pretty tough to me. I'm sure they will certainly stop anything hitting your hand, but yeah, $48, pretty good saving. Sticking with up high, just stuck on my old Ballard's sort of fender pack. It's light, just fits. Bit of a tight squeeze under there, but yeah, it just fits. But yeah, it's only got zip ties, a little bit of tape, and pretty simple stuff in it. Or probably better way to put it, pretty light stuff. You wouldn't put too much weight on a front guard. What else? Tank bag. Another $30 or 28 bucks on eBay. I'll put links to stuff that I got on it. This is not the best stuff, but it works. But this, yeah, it's magnetic. I just put some extra magnets in it, and I velcroed the front, so the front's velcroed on, so even if it, it's not coming off. They do move around a bit, but $28, pretty good storage. Phone goes in there fine. Fair bit of room in here at the moment. Just got a GoPro in there. Fair bit of room. Definitely put your wallet and other bits and pieces in there, some snacks, and a front package, front sort of bag that's separate, so you could put in whatever. There's just more room in there, whether you put maps or whatever you want to take with you. So that's all good. What have we got? A rack system, and I'll talk about the bags. So rack system, another eBay sort of special. It's great now, but there was no way it was going to fit, so I've had to modify it a bit and cut it to suit. It had a front section here that was meant to go here somewhere. I ended up cutting it off and just forgot about that whole idea. There would have been some more stability there, but 4,000 Ks, and it has been fully loaded up quite a few times and everything seems fine. I'd say the subframe on these Hondas is pretty bloody strong. So yeah, so that's the rack, and the pannier rack system, and then it's just a rack. I got one another eBay one, I think it was about 80-90 bucks or something. But this is, I got one that had a handle. I just figured, well, I want to be able to fold over, pick it up, pull it out of a rut or whatever. So been good. You're probably spotting a little bag under here. So this one's, I end up got a little bag made for it. I can little canvas bag, pretty well empty at the moment, although I can feel an orange or something in there. So it's sort of velcroed on, and then some straps hold it on. But I use that usually for fuel cans. I can put 2 1-litre fuel cans in there. And on this bike, that's about 60 kilometers of travelling. And the bags, yeah, Wolfman bags. Mate of mine gave me these, which was very nice of him, because they're worth a bit of money, but they're small. They're not overly big. You don't need, it's a little bike, you don't want giant bags on it, but I think they're 20 litres. Both of them have, you probably see they're hard, both of them have plastic containers in them to give them a bit of rigidity, plus you put stuff in, it doesn't wear through the rubberized, whatever that material is, canvas or whatever it is, covered in rubber. But no, good bags, just enough capacity for me. Leaves room on top to put stuff. Got the metal frame under here. Little tail bag. It's a Rhino Walk, I think it's called. It's 30 litres. Folds away into nothing when you're not using it, but when you are, she's a fair lump. I'll show you. She's huge. It's just gigantic, but it's waterproof. Waterproof liner. Put in whatever you want. Roll it to the size, whatever you're cutting around, and done. Good thing. Weighs nothing. Waterproof. Alright, I'll go to the muffler. We'll go work our way down a bit. So, Moto X full system. Look, there's nothing overly wrong with the stock pipe, you know, except for it's heavy and it's quiet. But some people don't care if it's heavy, unnecessarily heavy, or that it's super quiet. But it was like very quiet to me. At times couldn't even hear it. So this system is nearly 4 kilos lighter than the stock pipe that was on it, and it sounds a whole lot better. Like, it's not loud, it's just got a little bit of a thump to it now. So yeah, Moto X. Yeah, I'll put a link to that one too. And you probably noticed the plastics are not standard, but look, I had a rally in 2017, the 250 model, crashed the thing, cracked all the plastics on it, and just thought, well, what's the good of that? So, and to replace it was something like $500. And yeah, there's a good looking engine hidden under here. So, and this one, I didn't like the plastics, and so I trimmed them off, got rid of the plastics. Yeah, that's just a personal thing. But the engine, I've noticed the cooling fan definitely comes on less, and it's a good looking engine. It's just, why hide this? It's nice. So yeah, it's a bit of a win-win. Cool, it definitely gets more air, and it yeah, you get to see the motor, which is pretty cool. So, bash plate. Had to replace the bash plate. You know, took the other one that was off it, so I ended up putting on a plastic one. This one's APX 6mm, like a poly plastic. I'll go over here. Yeah, so this one's an AXP 6mm poly plastic plate. So look, the bright side or the benefits of having a plastic bash plate is, or one, it's super light. I think it's a couple of 100 grams. It's quiet too. You don't get that reflective noise back. You know, your engine makes noise, metal thing just sends the sound back to you. So it's nice and quiet. Stones hit it, it's quiet. Done. Fits well. It was also cheaper. I'll put a link to that fella too. Yeah, definitely cheaper than a traditional metal one. It's made for motocross bikes, so it'll be pretty tough. So what do we got? I got a little bit of oil here because I oiled the chain up and she's kind of dripping. But yeah, anyway, that's me with my maintenance, a bit rough. So back, yeah, still a lot of people, first thing to do is rip these rubber feet out. I've had no need to rip them out, and I haven't found them, yeah, slippery or sketchy in any regard. So they've stayed in at the moment. You know, it was sort of sketchy, and a problem was the stand on these things. The stand foot is very narrow, and the bikes, because the suspension is quite soft, tend to lean out a fair bit when there's no weight on them. So yeah, the bike goes on a pretty wild angle, and yeah, the foot's so narrow it just sinks in everything. So yeah, cheap eBay foot thing. You know, I can park this on the beach now. It's been fine in even beach sand, so it's all good. It was a bit rattly and loose, so I've ended up put bloody like sort of a glue in there, liquid nails I think it was, just to stop it vibrating. So the suspension on this is stock. I haven't done anything with it, and I just haven't found a need to even upgrade it. But bear in mind I'm 80 kilos, so yeah, if you're 90, 85, 90, 100, whatever, yeah, you might want to do something about it. But for my weight, even with camping gear, and some of the places I've taken it are pretty rough and steep and rutted out, and I still haven't bottomed it out. It's all pretty sort of bouncy, pogo-y, but only in the rough stuff, and then you just slow down a bit, because at the end of the day, this bike, it's not a hardcore motocross bike. You might be able to turn it into one, but why not just buy one in the first place? This is a mini adventure bike, but you're buying a bike like this because you want light, you want economics, you want Honda reliability, and just yeah, the ability to travel around without all the massive overheads, without the weight, falls over, you can pick it up. So yeah, the bike's say 153 kilos stock, and that's with fuel. This one's probably 4 or 5 kilos lighter than that already, just by taking off some bits and pieces. So I'd say it's 150 kilos wet, so that's pretty bloody good, and I can move it around, so I'm happy with that. Pretty well it for the mods I'm going to do with this bike. I can't see the need to do anything unless, you know, proven otherwise perhaps. It's doing what it's supposed to do, get me to good places at whatever speed I'd like to go, which is usually an enjoyable cruising speed. And yeah, I just don't see any need to do too much more to it. Probably the only thing I will do, through necessity, is the tyres. Not that these are horribly bad, but this is 4,000, I think about 4,500 Ks. I'm getting close to the wear line, about 2 or 3 mil off. These are the stock IRC tyres. People say they're horrible or whatever, but they're fine. They're just, the worst terrain I've found them on is loose gravel. They just don't seem to cut through to the stuff below it. So, but other than that, as a road adventure gravel road, yeah, just a standard sort of trail tire, yeah, totally fine. But I will change them out, probably a couple of thousand more Ks. Probably a 605, Dunlop 605s on the back, Dunlop 605s front and rear, I'd say. Cheap and a little bit more aggressive than these. Well, that's pretty well it, I think. Bit of a breezy old day here on the river. And that's pretty well what we've done to the bike, and probably about all I will do to it. So anyway, cheers for watching. Like the video, give us a thumbs up. Yeah, leave a little comment if you want. I might be able to help you with that. Any questions, I'm happy to answer. So yeah, subscribe if you haven't. So cheers guys, I want to enjoy this cool breeze, and I'll talk to you later.